As we have imported datasets for both orders and order items into MongoDB Collections, let us see some examples of querying data from Mongo Collections. We need to ensure that we are in the right database. We have to validate whether we have the collections or not, in this case orders and order items. We also need to ensure that we have data in those collections. Here I am connected to the terminal on my Mac. You can go to the DOS prompt if you are using Windows. If you are using Linux, you have to go to the Linux terminal. We can use Mongo. To connect to the Mongo, we need to ensure that it is installed and it is up and running. If we follow the flow, we have installed, we have ensured that MongoDB is up and running, and hence we can actually use Mongo to connect to the MongoDB. We can run show DBs to list the databases and then use, in this case we are going to use retail and hence use retail to switch to retail database. We can say show collections to list the collections. We have both the collections orders and order items. To ensure that we have data in those collections, we can say db.orders.count as well as db.orderitems.count. Both of them have enough number of records or documents, and hence we should be able to explore querying capabilities using these collections. That being said, when it comes to querying the data, if we have to apply any filter condition, we use either find or find one. When it comes to find, it will return all those documents which satisfies the condition, whereas find one will return only the first document which satisfies the condition. That being said, some of the standard operations which can be performed in MongoDB are nothing but filtering, projection, which are nothing but showing only those fields that are important for us rather than displaying all the fields. Arithmetic operations, aggregations, data manipulation, especially by using string manipulation, date manipulation functions, etc., sorting, and more. While find can be used for filtering and projection, to perform arithmetic operations, aggregations, data manipulation, etc., we have to use something called as aggregation framework, and we will be getting into those details at a later point in time. That being said, now let us actually go ahead and see how we can filter the data and also project the data, and then we'll actually take care of performing certain tasks to explore all different possibilities with respect to filtering and projection using find or find one. The basic syntax with respect to find or find one is like this. You can pass the condition as a document or JSON object. If you just pass it like this, it is like where 1 equal to 1, and hence we will be seeing all the documents from the collection. You can run count here and you can see that it has written 68,883 documents. To get the data printed on the screen in beautiful fashion or pretty fashion, we can use this pretty function and you can see the documents here. However, the behavior of Mongo CLI is to just display 20 by default. If you want to get next 20, you can use IT command and you should be able to see the next 20 documents from the collection orders. That being said, you can also use find one. However, with find one, you don't need to specify pretty. It will just get us the first record. Now, if I want to get a document with the order ID 2, because order ID is unique, either you can use find or find one. However, find one is a bit better in performance because it will not check whether there is another document or not. It will just fetch the first one. So if you are sure that there is only one document for a condition, it's better to use find one. It is a bit better in performance compared to find. So we can use find one to fetch a document with order ID 2. As part of the condition, we can pass the column on which we want to apply the condition, which is order ID in this case, and then colon, and the value with which we want to compare. Let's say I want to get a document with order ID 2. I can use find one, and we can pass the condition as a JSON object or document like this, and we should be able to see the data for order ID 2. We can also use find, but it's better to use pretty so that data is a bit in readable format. That being said, if I want to get all the orders with complete status, then I just have to change the key to status here and value to complete. The reason why it didn't return anything is here L is in lowercase. We have to change it to uppercase like this, and we can hit enter, and you can see the first 20 records which satisfy the condition. To get the count, you can just say count. There are 22,899 such records. That being said, when we actually filter the data based on a condition, we might not want to see all the fields from the documents of this collection. Let's say I want to only see order ID and order status. Then after condition in the find, we can actually say comma. So this is one document. We have to pass another document. and as part of that document we can say which field should be displayed and which field should not be displayed. Let's say I want to get only order ID and order status. We have to say one for each of the field which we want to project. So this is called as projection, getting only those fields which we are interested in. Here I need to remove the count and say pretty and hit enter. Now you see we got order ID and order status. Even though we did not get order date and order customer ID, still we got the ID, because that is the typical behavior of find against Mongo. If we don't want to see the ID, we have to add this additional criteria, which is nothing but underscore ID 0. So if you just don't want to display a particular field, you can set 0 as part of the projection. So this is query condition, this is projection, and you can hit enter. Now you don't see ID anymore, you only see order ID and order status. So this is how you can project the data after filtering. Now let us actually go through these tasks and understand how we can actually filter the data using different operators such as in, boolean, or boolean, and so on and so forth. So here we are going to go through 7 tasks, and we'll be seeing several combinations of conditions while querying the document from the collection, orders, or order items. Also there are exercises. Once these tasks are done, you can actually go through these exercises and try them out so that you are a bit comfortable with writing queries against MongoDB collections.